It's Karrie Schuse, the Essential Oil Coach, coming to you live from my laundry room. So it is cleaning day. Normally I do it on Mondays, but with things little cattywampus, I'm doing laundry today. But a lot of you have reached out and asked me about some germ fighting oils or disinfecting oils. And for those of you who are at home, it's a good time right now to take those curtains down, wash those curtains, wash your bedding, area rugs. You can actually throw your throw pillows and spray them down with essential oils and throw them in the dryer. So it's a good way to just really get involved and make your home a little cleaner. But laundry, like we all have it, it's stinky, it's funky, sometimes it stains, but when we wash it, it looks good. So we are going to talk about a few things. Essential oils are great because for me, they're cheaper, they're faster, and they're more effective than a lot of things that I can buy from the big box stores. However, I am not a granola mom. I don't constantly make my own washing powders or liquids because right now, what I'm using is the On Guard laundry detergent. And for those of you who have been on any of these videos, you know that On Guard is a great protective blend. It's also a great immunity booster. But my husband is a general contractor. He builds. I have a mechanic for a son, and I have another one that it's just a constant thing. Plus, we have dogs. So I want to make sure that I'm using something that can power up and be very simple right now. So in the past, I have made my own basic laundry powder, and I'm going to post that recipe because I'm using a liquid laundry detergent right now. It is simply just using soap flakes, which you can find readily on Amazon. Walmart actually has it. And no, I'm not being plugged in to give kudos to any big box, but I'm just telling you where you can get those resources. Or you can do plain bar soap and you can actually grade it yourself. When I first started this, I thought I had to grade the soap, but now I find that there are soap flakes. So when I do a basic laundry powder, which makes a huge 5-gallon bucket, I just use the soap flakes already pre-done for me because it's simple, it's fast, and it doesn't take so much time. But you also want to make sure that you get a washing soda. Not washing powder, washing soda. So soap flakes and then borax, which I still use borax quite a bit because on the back of this, as you can see, you can actually use a half a cup of borax and it will absolutely intensify the cleaning process. Also, you want to choose your essential oils. And we're going to talk about a few of those that you can choose for today. But On Guard laundry detergent is what I'm using right now. And you can use your own washing powder, make it yourself, and I'll post that recipe. For all of you that are going to be watching or hashtagging the replay, if you'll please make sure that you put your email down, I will give you the ebook about laundry and cleaning. So super excited. Oh, hey guys, how are you? Hi Joy. Hi Shelly. Gonna waving at you. All right. So let's talk about the disinfecting essential oils. Of course, everything that I use in our home is doTERRA essential oils because it's got the science behind it. It's got the research behind it. Plus the purity and the potency are just bar none above anything else I can buy. And so I'm going to use what's safe for my family. And also I can use these 3 ways: aromatically, topically, and internally. So I want to make sure what I'm using, I want to use a good quality. I want to use the purest brand that I possibly can, but I also want to use the right oils in my laundry. So we're going to talk about the disinfecting oils and a few of those. So grab your notebook, save this video, whatever. The first thing that we're going to talk about is disinfecting. So the disinfecting essential oils that I use in our home is thyme, melaleuca, which is also tea tree, right here. And I've been using, these are the ones that I'm using right now: geranium, oregano, cinnamon, lemon. I love using lemon because it's cost effective for me. But also peppermint and rosemary, which I have rosemary in my hair right now because rosemary is a stimulant, so it's really great. As well as lime and lemongrass, which is another one I'm using in the laundry room. Now, the next set of oils that I want to talk to you about is the germ fighters. And, you know, nothing I'm telling you is meant to heal, cure, or prevent anything, but it is helping bring in that natural, organic, no chemicals, no petrochemicals, no parabens, no sulfates, good for your environment. Plus, it's globally sustainable. So that is another reason why I use essential oils, because it also cut down the allergens in my family, which that is why we started using essential oils. And I've been using them for about 11 years. And so I didn't know diddly about any of it, you guys. So that is why you need a coach that has knowledge, that has, or is a part of a company that can actually provide the medical and the scientific research for you. And I know you're thinking, why would you need all of that just to do laundry? If you'll look on the back, and I have one that I got just for this moment, but you'll see that there are warning labels, right? I have to be careful. There's warning labels. There's things that will tell you how many chemicals and how many flammables are in it. So it's been crazy to think that, you know, years before I started understanding how to use natural products and how to bring things in, I was just washing my clothes and whatever that smelled good. And but I didn't realize that there was allergens and irritants that actually caused one of our boys to react to that. So I'm going to put this one down. So make sure you read those labels, even though it smells delicious and yummy. The little plastic beads, you guys, that you throw in, those fragrant boosters, they're not good for our oceans. And I'm going to show you something today that's going to represent the same thing and be a fragrance booster, so you can actually use that in your dryer, and you can also use it in the washer. All right, so the germ fighting ones are cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, which I love using this. Absolutely love it. Lemon, marjoram, melaleuca, which is also tea tree, oregano, and thyme. And so also for those of you like me, I need one that's going to be a really strong degreaser. Wild orange and lemon. Bergamot is another good one. So I don't know what you guys have and what you're using, but I just want you to know everything that I'm talking about today is representative of what I've learned from doTERRA essential oils, and it doesn't represent another brand. However, you guys can do your own research on whatever brand it is that you're using and acclimate that. Now, please understand, if you're using an essential oil like this lemon has a supplemental fact, it tells you that it's safe. But please read the back of it, because your skin is the largest organ on the body. It lives, it breathes, it heals itself, right? I have been a coach for 36 years, coached thousands of athletes, and I love the human body. Why do I tell you that when you're doing your laundry? Most of the time you're sleeping on it, you're wearing it, or you're toweling off with it, right? So it does matter what goes into your laundry, because you will be wearing that for a long time. All right. And I love my laundry to smell clean. I mean, I absolutely love this. So we talked about your disinfectants. We've talked about your germ fighting. We've talked about degreasing. Now, let's talk about some insect preventers, especially if you're washing some bedding right now. You're washing your mattress covers, doing your toss around pillows, your sheets, your curtains, your area rugs. Because there are some things like ants and spiders. If you live in the great state of Oklahoma, which I do, whoop, whoop. I absolutely love bringing in peppermint when I'm doing my area rugs, because those insects don't love peppermint. Let's talk about moths. We have some really big moths here. As a matter of fact, I was outside this morning doing a little yoga in my cute little Savvy outfit. Thank you so much. My newfound thing. Like, you gotta look cute even if you are homebound. All right, anyway, so patchouli. Everybody knows patchouli is the hippie thing, right? But patchouli is amazing at staving away the moths. And then the last two I want to talk to you about, because it can be a big deal, especially when things go back to somewhat normal. Lice is a big one. Tea tree or melaleuca is going to be your friend with that. And then the last one, I did have this call yesterday. Hey, we have dust mites. And I'm like, they're very microscopic. They can make you itchy. They can, I'm not talking about bed bugs. I'm talking about dust mites. Eucalyptus is a powerhouse on knocking out the dust mites. And so one of the things that I did yesterday was I actually added my On Guard laundry detergent. And let me tell you something about this. When I say it's cheaper, faster, and more effective, guys, it took me 4 years, because who doesn't know how to do laundry, right? So I take my cap off, fill the cap off, put it in my laundry. And I couldn't figure out why it was not going for 64 loads like the bottle said. Well, there's this thing called instructions. It takes 2 tablespoons, and I have a front load washer. It's also safe for top loaders, and you can actually use it in HE. But 2 tablespoons. So yeah, it took me forever, and I've been using doTERRA laundry detergent for a very long time. So back to the point of dust mites. I did some bedding, and I just did some cleaning. So I put 20 drops of eucalyptus straight into this bottle, tipped it up and down, up and down, up and down, and it is that dust mite knock out, right? So we're gonna knock out some bugs while we do laundry. Who knew that you guys were gonna get so much information? So make sure you save this video, that you hashtag replay it, make sure you put your email down, or even comment. I love comments. Hey, Shelly, thank you. It is important to know what's in everything. Hi, Anita, good morning. All right, on to the stuff. Now, normally I don't have all of this stuff all over my laundry. We did talk to you about the power of borax, right? So I'm gonna put this down. All right, the next thing that we do is we are going to talk about some stain fighters, because stain removing is a huge part in my life. I have already, and I don't know if you can see this, it's just a glass bottle. I have a little baby funnel right here, and this is a half of a cup of just plain old baking soda, right? So I've added that into, and if it gets stuck as it funnels in, take the end of your spray and kick that out of there. All right, so I've added that half a cup, and I'd actually gone ahead and put some of that in there. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 parts of hot water. And this isn't a distilled water, it's just a tap water. Perfect. And then I'm going to take a half a cup of plain old white vinegar, just plain old white vinegar. And this is a stain remover. You can see it foams up. Can you guys see that bubbly? I love it. I love science. And then to that, I am going to add, remember that lemon? If you guys have been watching any of these series, I drink lemon, I cook with lemon, but I'm going to add 20 drops of lemon to this. Okay, and that is 20. Now the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add hydrogen peroxide, because I really need that grease busting, grass, all sorts of good stuff. Hi, Anita, you do get to see me. Hey, Leslie. Hi, Vars. Cindy, what's happening? So you guys can see to that, I'm just gonna add my hydrogen peroxide. And this is not a hospital grade hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide can be very hard to get right now. You do not have to add hydrogen peroxide. I just happen to have it, and so I use it. All right, that is literally it. And then you're gonna spray those stains. You just mix it up, and the baking soda will dissolve, no big deal. And you're gonna just take that, and this is an oven mitt, right? Because I did a cooking class yesterday. But I've got a little bit of grease on there. Would help if I opened the spray bottle. And you're just gonna rub that in, right? It takes a little bit of work to use natural products, but guys, it's so worth it. I mean, let me tell you, this entire bottle of spray stain remover, you wanna know how much it cost me? Guess. It cost me $1.14. Holy smokes. So, one of the other reasons why it's cheaper, faster, more effective, right? Because you can have these things and keep making it. I mean, that's the other thing. All right, so I am gonna put the basic laundry powder recipe in, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just doing some basic stuff. The other thing I want to tell you about stain removers is I always try to keep a can of club soda, because Club soda is great if it, grape juice, red wine, any of the red colored stains, Kool-Aid, you can actually add right to this can, put it. This is what happens when your husband calls you in the middle of your live. Whoops. Anyway, club soda into a glass bottle and then add your lemon to that as well, and it will remove it. This is also really great on carpets. So just a little tidbit, a little tip and a trick, right? All right, so we've done our stain remover. I'm gonna put that down. All right, let's talk about just cleaning your washer, right? I have little compartments in here. Hey, David, I have little compartments, and I also have a rubber ring around my washing machine. And so what's important is I've put just lemon into a spray bottle, and I just take this and I spray down pretty much everything. Now, sometimes I'll just put this in a sink of hot water, but a lot of times, and what I also have realized, guys, is that this is what happens when you put things too high, is if you're using some big chemical products, the ones that really smell good, and they leave a paraben, they leave a smudge on the inside of your washing machine. And I'm going to show you because I do have a load of wash in here. But this is the grease that came off. You guys can see that. But there's no sticky, there's no like grossness to it, which that was a big change for me coming in. So you also need to make sure that you do the inside of that, because the dirt is going to come in, especially if you have a rubber lining on the inside of your front loader. You want to make sure, because look how gross that is, right? But it's easy, and I do this about every, 7 or 8 loads. And make sure that you can just wipe this all down, right? So this is just lemon and water. It's almost empty, but I do 20 drops. I like 20 drops. 20 drops is good. And just good old-fashioned water from your tap. It's a great degreaser. It helps to get everything off and clean, so you're washing clean, right? Not everybody goes to this extreme, but you know what? I do. The other thing I want to make sure that you guys remember is when you're drying, okay? You got to make sure that you rinse this off. It's not just enough to take off the lint, but it also is going to help with energy efficiency. And if you wash this off, you're going to remove any kind of residual, right? I don't have a whole lot, but, and then you can also take off the front part of this. Ladies, I do it, ladies and gents, I do this maybe every 10 or 20 loads, because there can be lint that gets through this, and you want to make sure you're keeping that as clean as possible. Fire prevention's always good. So that's a little bit about cleaning the outside and the inside, right? You guys with me so far? Hi, Evelyn. Hey, Linda. All right, so let's talk about the next thing. I retain my little glass jars. As you guys can see, this is Grey Poupon. All right, so remember those little fragrance bees that I was telling you guys about? So we take a lot of detox baths. So I get my Epsom salt in a gallon bucket. Yes, a gallon bucket. So to that, I am going to add, you guys can see it's just good old-fashioned Epsom salt. Having been a coach, taking Epsom salt baths gets that metal out of there. It also, you can incorporate the same essential oils that we're using today, but I am going to fill this with Epsom salt. This is a 16-ounce jar. It's almost full. I don't like to fill it all the way because I need to David, I got that from Earthborn Elements. Earthborn. But I think it's also on Amazon. I don't know if it'll ship any faster, but Earthborn Elements. I like it because it's USP and it's a food grade Epsom salt. So with my husband being a general contractor, we want to detox him, get the heavy metals and the chemicals that he's in from, but it just saves me a bundle because I can use it in the bath and I can also use it in the laundry. All right, to this, I am actually going to add yellow mandarin. You guys, if you've never, mandarin, you know, they look like little oranges. There's green mandarin, there's yellow mandarin, there's red mandarin. And hey, Chastity. All right, this is awesome. So yellow mandarin is one of my favorites, and it is also a degreaser. It's a citrus, right? But that's 10 drops of yellow mandarin, just so you know. But this one is red mandarin. And guys, I totally wish that you had smell-o-vision, because the one thing I love about my laundry room is it smells delicious. All right. I know, it is exciting for me. I mean, I'm feeling good in my Savvy outfit. I'm feeling good because I'm doing laundry. I'm not just sitting around. Oh, what did I do with my lid? Hold on, defense. Hold on. This is what happens when you go live. Guys, I've lost my lid. Holy smokes. All right, found my lid. All right, and so you just shake it up, right? Shake it up. Do you know how much this cost me? This costs me less than $2 for all of this. And here's the cool thing. You literally just shake, 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 like Marco. Woo! All right, yes, I'm dancing in my laundry room. You literally take just a little bit. You can add this straight into your wash, and I just finished a load of wash, so I'm not going to do that. But you can also put it straight into your dryer. It is not flammable, and it is not going to hurt your filtration system. It is great, and it just smells good. I mean, so there's some fragrance booster beads, right? You don't have to use those plastic beads that hurt our sea turtles. Don't hurt the sea turtles. All right, so the last thing that I want to tell you is how to make your own fabric softener, right? Because so many people love that smell. Now, what I'm going to tell you is you're just going to get a gallon jug of white vinegar, just a gallon jug. It's super simple, super easy. I've already used mine, but what I like to put in this is 30 drop of eucalyptus. Remember, that's a dust mites booster, but it also smells like a spa. People are like, oh my gosh, Karrie, vinegar, it's going to make my clothes smell like vinegar. No, it is going to make your clothes soft and they smell delicious. So you just have to make sure that you're not using too much, right? 30 drops. Ooh, or 32. 32 is good. But to that, I also like to add lavender. Lavender is... Anita said, I thought you were making bath salts. You could use the same exact fragrance boosters in your bath, right? I mean, this is like a win-win situation, people. Who knew that you could use your laundry products in your bath, right? Baking soda is also a great detoxer if you're doing a heavy metal detox with your Epsom salt, because it brings in a pH balance for the body. And make sure if you are using these in your bath, okay, all right, 30 and 30, because this is a gallon, right? And you're just going to shake this up. Now, where people make a massive, massive mistake is they add a cup of vinegar to their wash. Guys, you don't have to add a cup. You add a quarter cup of your vinegar fabric softener. And that way it's going to eliminate, it's going to bring in that freshness, and you don't have to worry about that vinegar back smell. If you are using a red wine vinegar, a balsamic vinegar, please don't. Apple cider vinegar, please don't. Just use good old-fashioned distilled white vinegar. I mean, this cost me $2, and the oils were 83 cents. So $2.83. I am almost to $10, maybe, in my laundry room. So do you leave the Epsom salt in the dryer while clothes are drying, or do you just turn on the dryer with the Epsom salt? Hold on just a second. I put it in with my clothes that are drying. So it actually goes through and then it goes out in each load. If you don't want to do that, all right, so we've talked about fabric softener, we talked about laundry detergent, we talked about stain remover, we talked about what oils bust out certain things as far as disinfecting and germ fighting and insect preventers. But we've also talked about the fragrance booster. All right. So lastly, let's talk about another way. This was a wool sweater that I really loved, and I didn't realize that the wool sweater was in the wash. Well, wool, when you wash it, becomes child size, right? So what did I do? I didn't want to waste the wool, and so I cut it up. And this becomes my dryer sheet, because I used to use, you guys know dryer sheets, right? So to this, I actually add my eucalyptus, because that was the smell that I have in my fabric softener, right? And I just put 4 or 5 drops on that, and then I throw it in. And now I've got my fragrance booster. I've got my reusable dryer sheet, which is awesome. If you've got yarn, you can make your dryer balls by just making a ball of yarn. But if not, I also like using my dryer balls. 1, because it busts out some wrinkles, and 2, it helps like my bedding and my towels to dry faster, so there's an energy efficiency to that. And to that, I actually add the lavender. So the eucalyptus went on to the wool sheet. The lavender, I just add 3 or 4 drops, just depending. And I put 2 or 3 of these in. And so now I have a fragrance booster, I have my wool dryer sheets, and I have my dryer balls. And you just turn it on, right? Simple enough. And you're gonna hear those beads, and everything's gonna be pulling around. But it is super cheap, super effective, and it smells delicious. All right, we're gonna turn that off so you guys have got that. What other questions can I talk to you about that would answer anything in the laundry room? The other thing that I love using, you guys, I don't know if you've ever tried Citrus Bliss, but it smells like an orange popsicle. My dryer balls make everything staticky. How do you prevent static? Ooh, good question. All right, so one thing that I have learned, the tip and tricks over the years, is that you can actually fill your sink full of water or vinegar, soak your dryer balls in that, let them dry, and then use them. And it takes the static out, Cindy. So super cool on how to do that. You just have to soak them because they are a natural fabric, right? And you want to make sure that you're using the dry, you can actually add a moist wool cloth like this one. But with my dryer balls, I've learned to soak them first and then let them dry. The vinegar, there's something about the vinegar. The vinegar works way better than just letting it soak in water, but they're picking up the energy. I know that's going to sound really strange to you guys, but as things move, right, there's energy. So if you've got static and that dryer ball is absorbing that static, you need to remove the static. So I don't know, when was the last time I did my dryer balls? Maybe 2 months ago, and I don't have static. I mean, obviously running humidifiers and diffusers and spraying things down is gonna help get rid of that. What else? I wanna answer any other questions that you guys may have, because this is the basic start of doing your laundry. Bleach. I don't have a, thank you, I got this. My friend who I do my Savvy clothes with, right? She sent this to me. So I love it. Faith over fear. It was just perfect. Because everybody has to have a new adventure. So Savvy is the new adventure for me, but I got a hat in the process and I love it. It's just perfect for me. They are on the acid side of the pH scale after vinegar. What's on the acid side, Anita? I've got beautiful women on here with crazy amount of knowledge. A lot of cosmetologists, a lot of estheticians that are on here right now, so they know about skin and natural product. So Anita, can you answer that for us? They are on the acid side of pH scale after vinegar. I don't know what that is. Somebody asked me about what do I do for chlorine bleach. Guys, I have not used bleach in over 7 years because it is massive on the allergen scale. It's super toxic. It can be super toxic, which we all know. Yes, we know that right now everybody wants to bleach, but I don't because I can use vinegar instead. But if you want one that is chlorine free. 7th generation has a chlorine free bleach, because I have a 23-year-old that doesn't live here, but he comes home and he likes to know that he's put bleach into his into his wash. You know what the cool thing is though? It doesn't even have a a safety lid. So, and it doesn't smell at all. It's very good for him. What else? What else can I help you with? Don't forget that little trick about club soda. Hydrogen peroxide. Is it necessary? No, it's not necessary, but it just powers up that stain solution. This is just a topical solution. What else? White vinegar, baking soda. There we go. There's the answer, the science answer. All right, so since static is on the negative side of the pH scale, soaking your dryer balls in vinegar balances alkalinity. Woo! I got science going on, and I'm smarter just by being in the laundry room today. All right, guys, I don't have anything else for you today. Make sure that you clean your compartments, clean that rubber lining. Make sure you do your lint. And someone said, how do you do that? Okay, well, see, I am pretty crafty, and I just go in and I feel where the screws are. I'll show you. One screw. There's a little basket that your lint fits into. Your lint catcher fits into. There's 2. And I take out the lint. Remember, you're going to wash this, right? Got it. All right, and then you pull this off. This is a front loader, and I literally do this often because I have dogs. It makes sense because not everything's caught. But I can tell you, I just did this not too long ago, so I'm not going to have too much. I just stick my hand in there. Look, this is what the catcher didn't catch. And then you just go through there. You can actually take that wool cloth and you can wipe it out. This is a pretty good day. I don't have screws and nails and everything else. But that is why you do that. And then you can take this little one and put some water on it. Because the cool thing about this is that your wool rags, Shelly, the one thing I love about me, I love to clean. I love helping people make a cleaner home and, do all of those things. So, but yeah, look at the grime that wool cloth just got up after removing that. So I do that and I make sure I get the bottom of the drawer. And then I can just re-wash that, guys. It's super fun to be able to do that. Now I'm going to just put this back on. This always is the tricky part. So, what else? I don't know. Oh my gosh. I am so excited that you guys are actually learning something from me today. And I am going to finish putting my dryer back together. Go wash your laundry and get happy. I'm going to post all of the oils that I used today and the recipes. But like I said, for those of you who are joining me, make sure you drop me your email so I can send you that really cool ebook. And you guys can have fun doing your laundry too. All right, guys, have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you soon.